Welcome to Guru Trader video for Friday, April the 15th, 2011. Here's the 7 market movers that we're watching today. 3 new symbols, 4 follow-ups on the TSX Venture Exchange, following up on INT Intertainment Media Inc. 135 up 22, following up on PDG Prodigy Gold Inc. 71 up 6, also following up on BML Barker Minerals Limited 13 up 3.5. New symbol CXB Calibre Mining Corp 19.5 up 4. Another new one AUN Aurcana Corporation 82 up 5. And another one LVN Levon Resources Limited 222 up 18. And lastly on the TSX, following up on SAC South American Silver Corp 240 up 31. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. A couple weeks ago we mentioned a lot of potash stocks. The potash stocks were running. Well, the theme today is definitely silver. Silver smashed through 40 bucks like butter, it seems, and now it's trading closer to 43 right now. So you'll see a lot of silver stocks mentioned, and but there's a few others I'll go over, starting with this one, INT Entertainment Media on the TSX Venture. 135 up 22, almost a 20% move. Almost 50 million shares have traded so far. Market cap is up to 169 million. There's 125 million shares outstanding. Now look at the spike on this stock. This is the 1-year chart. So this thing came from well under 20 cents earlier this year. So keep that in mind. Went up to 80 cents, pulled back to around 40, and now it's making all-time new highs at $1.35. Now what they have is, we've mentioned this a few times, actually entertainment we first mentioned on February the 7th at 55 cents. And it was up sharply that day, and we also mentioned it on March 31st at 66 cents. So this is our third follow-up. They put out news, their entertainment to acquire mobile software and app developer Comobility Inc. And they also announced entertainment KNCTR has biggest week to date. Total number of North American unique installations tops 175,000. On April the 11th, they announced Ortsbo Real-Time Translator reaches 11 million unique monthly users. On the April 7th, they announced KNCTR reaches over 100,000 user installation mark in only its second week. So a lot of activity, a lot of news flow on this stock, and it seems to be responding well. And they have a, like it says, a language translator. It's for social sites. I don't totally understand it, but it's been an active stock and definitely worth keeping our eye on. Moving on here, PDG Prodigy Gold Inc. 71 up 6, 9% move, a little over 1 million shares traded. Now that's not a lot considering there's 184 million shares outstanding, but the market cap's up to 130 million. Mentioned it because it's made another 52-week high, broke the 69 cent, which it had done on yesterday, and the low on this stock was 19 cents, which it did on August 31st. So there's the 1-year chart on the stock. This one's been over, I think, $4 a few years ago. Let me see here. There's the 5-year chart. Yeah, back in 2008, it was over $4. Kind of blew up with the rest of the market, and it's been going sideways since. So I don't know. Maybe there's a bull forming here. It's too early to tell. But they have a let's see, infill expansion drilling program. It's 100% owned Magneto Gold Mine Gold project in Ontario. I'll let those results speak for themselves. They announced 143 meters grading 1.54 grams per ton gold at Magneto. That was yesterday, and this project is in Ontario. Let's see, development of the Magneto Mine Gold project in Ontario is an open pit mining opportunity with the potential for deeper, higher grade gold production. Contains indicated gold resource of about 1.92 million ounces, grading 1.16 grams per ton gold. 587,000 ounces is inferred gold resource, grading 1.04 grams per ton gold, etc., etc. So I'll let that speak for itself. Seems interesting, and we're going to continue to follow that. We first mentioned that one at 66 cents on April the 8th. So wanted to update that one, and also updating BML Barker Minerals 13 up 3.5. Now we first mentioned this one at 12 cents on March 31st, so it was actually down until today. It's up 3.5 cents, 37% move, but keep in mind that's only 3.5 cents. Volume 3.5 million, not bad. 126 million shares outstanding. Market cap's up to 16 million. The 52-week high on this one was 17.5. So it shot up. This was sitting at a nickel or under a nickel up until, I'd say, early April, and then it shot up to as high as 17.5 on March 31st. The low on this was 3 cents on July 19th of last year. Now, we're mentioning them because it did pop up that day, and it's popping up again here on volume. Seems to do well on Fridays. But on March the 30th, they announced Barker's Trenching exposes high-grade silver mineralization in 10 target areas on the Black Bear Silver Lead Gold project. So we still haven't contacted the company to find out how active they're going to be this year. Are they drilling those targets? Are they funded? I haven't done the homework on this one yet, but just on the technicals alone, thought I'd give an update here, and probably won't mention it again until it gets well through that 17.5, if it does. Moving on here, this is a new one, CXB Calibre Mining Corp, 19.5 at 4 cents, almost a 26% move, over 3 million shares traded. Market cap's only 25 million, 131 million shares outstanding. The 52-week high on the stock was on February the 28th at 26 cents, pulled back to 15 cents, and now we're back up to knocking on that 20 cents again. The low on this was 9 cents on May the 7th, 2010, it says, and we're mentioning it also because, again, back to our silver theme, Calibre intersects 10.2 grams per ton gold and 288.25 grams per ton silver over 5.4 meters at the Riscos de Oro gold silver property, Nicaragua. So that gives you an idea what they're up to. And moving on, another new one, AUN. First time mentioning this one. This one's come on our radar a few times. Didn't make the final 7 cut. We're mentioning it today. Glad I didn't mention it before, because you'll see this stock was, let's see, up to, let me look at the 1-year chart here. Stock was up well over $1, and anyway, it's pulled back to 75 and seems to form a base there. Anyway, back through 80 now. And they put out news, let's see, on April the 7th, Aurcana announces record silver production, La Negra production expansion, and Shafter construction on target. So the please report for the first quarter production figures for the La Negra mine in Mexico, confirmed record silver production, and La Negra is on track for a record year. So I'll let that speak for itself. Let's go back down to the About section. They're committed to become a mid-tier silver producer. Annualized pure silver production is on schedule to exceed 5 million ounces, 6 million ounces of silver equivalent by year 2012. Look at the longer-term chart. They're 5 years. That looks like back in 2007, this stock was up to close to $2. Let's see if it goes back any further. Yeah, nice move there, nice build, and seems to be building again. So anyway, I check into that one. That's on our radar now. Also moving on, this one, here's a new one, LVN Levon Resources Limited, 222 up 18, almost a 9% move, 1.25 million shares traded at a 163 million, 363 million market cap. The high on this was 225, which it did on April the 8th. The low was 50 cents, which it did on July 20th. Really nice build here. Up, consolidates, and looks like it's breaking new highs again. The 5-year chart, this is an uncharted territory. They put out on April the 11th, they increased the size of a bought deal financing to 40 million. Let's see, they've increased the previously announced bought deal from 30 million Canadian to 40 million, and looks like it's at $1.95. Down to their About section, their junior gold and precious metals exploration company exploring the Cordero silver, gold, zinc, and lead project near Hidalgo del Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico. And there's other properties that are mentioned in there and who they're partnered with. So I'd read over that one, do your homework. And lastly, on the TSX, SAC, South American Silver, again staying with that silver theme, 240 up 31 cents, almost a 15% move, almost 4 million shares traded out of 98 million. Market cap's 236 million. The 52-week high was on April the 11th at 335, and then there's this sharp pullback close to $2 here. Now this stock came from the low of 40 September the 10th. It's had a nice build, pullback. Now this one looks like it's moving in part, at least, with the price of silver. Again, silver, tapping on $43 today. But I was just reading this over. April 15th, South American Silver clarifies private ownership and status of the Malcucota project. So I'm wondering if that pullback, obviously it seems that it has that sharp pullback right there looks like it has to do with because their project is in Bolivia. So you have to be careful. There's political risk in here. So they clarified recent media coverage regarding the potential for the government of Bolivia to recover operatorship control of certain state-owned mines. On Thursday, April 14th, the Minister of Mining and Metallurgy, through the government's official information agency, stated that Bolivia is evaluating greater operatorship in 4 specific mines, which are all 100% owned by Comabol, that's the Bolivian State Mining Corporation, and that are currently under lease agreements from Comabol as part of privatization process in the mid-1990s. So you have to assess the risk, the political risk. Anyway, South American Silver Corp is a growth-focused mineral exploration company creating value through the exploration and development of the 100% owned Malcucota silver indium project in Bolivia, one of the world's largest undeveloped silver and indium deposits, and the 100% controlled large-scale Escalone's copper gold project in Chile. So they do have other properties: Bolivia, Chile, Peru, and Argentina. We mentioned that one other time, April 29th of 2010 at 64 cents. So it's had a terrific run over the last year, but just keep an eye on that Bolivia situation. Anyway, that's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely, and we'll talk with you soon. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/investorsguru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at investorsguru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.